You're now watching RIPS.
We'll call it 90,000 on the day, ladies and gentlemen. There it is. That's exactly what we were looking for. There's that 35 tag as promised.
You're likely going to be a lot better than you were last year, as long as you take it seriously.
And RIPS shows the Jack 8. Cash is flowing to RIPS.
Look at that, just getting absolute. And it's RIPS winning one of the biggest pots of the session.
Wow. $250,000 on the week, baby. Let's go. There's nothing that makes me happier than when I see you folks win. Can it hold this push lower below 80s? This would be a big break if we can hold this push. $6,000 on the day in our Lucid Pro account. This is your entry. This is your ad. This is your takeout. Boom. Right there. Good morning, everybody, and happy. What is it? It's Wednesday. Dude, why did I think it was Thursday? I was about to say Thursday. What is going on? It's Wednesday? What the? Dude, it's Wednesday? Yo, come on, calendar. Why are you messing with my heart like that? Damn it. I thought it was Thursday. If you're here with me in the YouTube, the X, or the Kick chat, go ahead and say what's up. Let's see who's with us this morning. Damn it, I thought it was Thursday. Oh, wait, Wednesday. I get to go. Yeah. All right, sweet. Cranberry, what's up? Richard Harris, Rips Mod, Paul Yoon, The Swamp Demon, Market Maker, Drew, Michael Michael Benedum. What's up? Go Hard Greg, Goyal, Asim, Jeffs, good morning to all the Jeffs. NQ Nonsense, Top Ticker, Sparky Trader, Shay the Miss. It's like Seamus, but Shay the Miss. There's a TH sound in there somewhere for some whatever reason. What up? Ruska Beats, CD Trades, Migs. Good morning. Just in case, NQ Nonsense, Big Tick Trader, Cheese Balls. Yo, Cheese Balls, haven't seen you in a minute. Where you been, Playboy? Scott Martin in the building. By the way, if you did win an account yesterday, and I'll probably repeat this a couple times today, if you won an account yesterday, we're getting a bunch of DMs about this. If you go into your credits bank, it's sitting there in your credits bank. So all you have to do is go to your checkout and use, this is for people who won a TPT account yesterday, or maybe you won 5 of them if you're one of the grand prize winners. You'll have 5 credits added to your account. But yeah, you go to checkout and you use a credit instead of actually paying for it. So there you go. Scott Martin, what's up? Alejandro. Jeff in the building, the original Jeff, not to be confused with the lesser Jeffs. What's up, Ruska Beats? Das Bishop, G Jones, River Olson, Mick Crushin, Skunked Ape in the building, Big Pebbles, Pocket Aces, Breezy, Alessio, good morning, D Cross, Alginmar, Slee, UAE, UA Elite Trading, or UAE, either way. What's up? Bakshish. There you go. Rockin' TJ. Good morning to you. There's no lesser Jeff than the OG Jeff. Amen. Whoops, I forgot to have you guys on stream. There you go. Welcome. What's up, KMW, Cam Dingo, 792 Fats, Triple B Trader, Mike 52, 64, Jellyfish, Phil-tastic, Danford, Cube Q, Fast Money Formula, Noah Schwartz, Crocker Z, Price Action Pete, Navy Guy Gilvetis, Buddha Goalie, and Satam. Yeah. And Satam. What's up? 2006. Great year. Tafka. What's up, baby? Sean Z Trains. Mike Hale. Have you and your team started going through applications? Yes. Let me see how many new applications we have this morning. Let me see. 29. What the hell? How is there new ones every single day? Yeah, they're still going through them. I've told them to try to respond to everybody. Dude, if we have 29 today, we might have over 300. What the hell? We're going to have a new streamer every single day. I can't believe it. Like, how is there 300 applicants? That doesn't even make any sense. Maybe it's just replies. I don't know. What's up? Shanzi, Mike Hale, D Cross, Jellyfish, U Max, Smoke 'em behind, Big Tick Trader, U Max, TDG, Airmark, haven't seen you in a minute. What's up, baby? Jay Diaz, top ticker. Whoa, what was that? Richard Harris says 44.21 sellers now getting your dude. Richard Harris, when did you start doing gold call outs? What in the world? What planet am I on? Wow, doing the gold call outs. Wow. Seven figure guy. What up? River Olson. Ashton Romkey. Yes. Scott. Got the levels on the chart. Let's go, Talia. That's what I'm talking about. SFN Milo. Mac D. Vibe Trade. Good to see you, pal. Big Tick. Just in case. Yes. Echo Das. Moss Bowman. It sounds like you could be in the same family as Michelle Bowman. Moss Bowman. Strategy One Trading. Price Action. Piggity Pete. Stoli. Tarbog. Assyrian Princess. Or Prince, sorry. I don't know why. My mind just adds letters sometimes. A Syrian Prince. There we go. Kamkazi. Yes. Sergma. Who am I missing here? It's a bubble. Oh, what's up? Flow Zone. Popu Siak. Not to be confused with Lapsiak. You guys the same person? Could be the same person. Lapsiak and Popusak. It's gotta be, right? It's gotta be the same person. Ciro, good morning, Don Pedro. Giovanni, you were one of the winners yesterday, I believe. What does Siak mean then? Why is there a Lapusiak or a Lapsiak and then a Popusiak? What does it mean? What language is it? Ghost Tape Trades. Nice. Like that name. Push with the pull. What's up, top of the morning? How are you, sir? Whatever, dude, is in here. I like that one. What's happening? Jay Cuervo. Standing up red. What's the market been doing? A whole lot of nothing. We came into the responsive buyer zone. It's doing nothing since then. And you know why? It's because we don't have a lot of news coming out this morning. It's going to be a very lacking day as far as market motivating news. That's why. I woke up and I'm like, oh yeah, jobless claims today. That's why I thought it was Thursday. As Emilio says, thanks for the account, bro. You're welcome. Thanks for being a part of the Rips Nation. Appreciate you. Sarah Choose None. Hello? Chose None. Rips, your levels yesterday were money. They honestly, I will say this, the levels tend to work better in the days that end in Y. So just do a quick check and just see. Make sure the day ends in Y. Yeah. Love it when I get the shout out when you get things done today. You're telling me, Breezy. Not tomorrow. I don't know. Maybe they'll work tomorrow. What's up? Love and Life Wellness. Good morning. Brian Johnson. Hello. New streamers, then what will Ripsy do? I'll be here, baby. I'm never leaving the morning show. Never! BRZ Nate got mine in, baby. Team Rips, let's go. Jeff says, yesterday was the first time I've actually seen my name on the spinner. Maybe I'm getting closer to maybe winning something for once. You know, I found that the people who keep that energy end up winning. I mean, it's weird because it's counterintuitive. Because I feel like having a good attitude generally will get you winning more. But I've found that a lot of people are like, I never win. They end up being the next one who wins. But, you know. Hey, what's up, Aniket? Aniket, how are you? Loopy Circus is here. Tater, hello. How are you, the wife and your critters? Wife is sleeping, I'm well, and the critters are loud. The boys were very noisy this morning. My biggest boy, I got 2 Bengal bears. My biggest boy came up and shouted in my eardrums this morning to wake me up. I appreciate it. Don't even need an alarm clock. Top Trading, what's up? JStar08. Are y'all seeing Moderna? Says Mocash. Let's have a gander, shall we? Geez, what did they develop? What was the breaking news headline for that one? Jeez, what in the heck? What is happening? Let's find out. This morning, positive phase 3 evidence de-risks Myrna Oncology beyond infectious disease vaccines, while Merck gains differentiated post-surgery combination. This could extend the Keytruda franchise into earlier stage personalized treatment. Keytruda. I don't even know what Keytruda is, but it sounds like it's going to solve everything. That's a lot. That's a lot of puntos. They're up, bro. they peaked at being up 111%. To be honest, even though I do see stuff like this, and my initial thought is like, man, I miss trading equities. I really don't. Being a scam, like, if anything, this helped develop my momentum trading to the next level. Or, I mean, it was the foundation of my momentum trading, was trading equities, right? That was the foundational genesis of my momentum trading. Because if you don't know, like, equities, you're not like, I mean, maybe you are waiting for results on a trial or whatever, and maybe people are keen on this information. Obviously, insiders are keen on this information, but I'm saying as an independent trader that doesn't work for a specific firm or anything, maybe you know that Moderna is going to be releasing the results of a trial or whatnot today, and so you're in the pre-market, anticipating that. This trade happened at 6:45 in the morning, but what you're using is a stock scanner, and you're also using breaking news. So whether that's something like Financial Juice or you're paying the price of Bloomberg Terminal, you're waiting for breaking news, and then you got to be quick draw McGraw with it, right? Because even if you get in after this, I mean, these are 1 minute bars. You have a chance to get in, even if you caught it from 79 to the peak of, 108 or whatever. You can catch over 30 points. And if you're trading, if you have a big enough account, maybe you're taking 5,000, 10,000 shares. 10,000 shares on 30 points is 300 grand. You could be there. But the hard part is that, you have a stock scanner. You have to, you got to learn each stock individually. They all kind of move. Or, you could do what you do now. Just trade NASDAQ, baby. Just look at NASDAQ and trade NASDAQ. It's the same old faithful every single day, and we get to trade around the ranges that it provides us. So instead of being an equities trader and a stock picker, hey, go ahead and be a legend. Cancer drug, is it? Keytruda? Melanoma, okay. And yeah, it does look like cancer. So yeah, that would be great. I mean, I would love to see that we have a cure for that. That'd be amazing. That'd be awesome. So yeah, that's that is where we're at on the day right now. Ah, man, let's see here. Hate when I have bugs on my windshield here. If you ever get a there we go. If you ever get a super fast computer, make sure you restart that thing every single night, because it's still dog water. Okay, whatever, that's fine. We'll deal with it. Anyway, how we all doing this morning? Anybody taking any trades in the overnight session? There was a drop last night. I didn't really read the news on this. I just saw that some people were posting about hitting that trade and then the consequent reversal on that. But yeah, I'm not interested in taking any trades until we have a range breakout here. Right now, the S&Ps are pushing up towards that 724 level. But it feels like we're kind of in no man's land. Today, we have a very limited amount of releases. We had the NBA mortgage applications that came out about an hour and 20 minutes ago. And yeah, so that was the morning news that's coming out. I believe the Fed is getting... No, we have DOE numbers first. Let me see. Pull up the old calendar here. So we have the DOE crude numbers, I believe, at 10:30 today. Yeah, 10:30, and then the Treasury's auctioning 20-year bonds at 1 p.m. Then at 2 p.m. we get the FOMC meeting minutes, which, by the way, if you're reading online about people yapping about, oh, FOMC is today, it's the FOMC meeting minutes. We talked about that a little bit yesterday. If you remember from the last meeting, or maybe you weren't paying attention, well, the Fed kept rates where they were, but we had 3 dissenters who wanted to raise rates. So the FOMC meeting minutes today will detail that discussion and conversation a little bit. It's not going to be any new information because they're not going to come out and say, hey, by the way, we're hiking right now. That's not going to be anything like that. But we will see some information about those dissenters, which can be interesting, but it's not something where it's going to be earth-shattering news. You know, it's not going to be something that is going to be so significant. It may or may not move the market. It's a coin toss, in my opinion, on whether or not it moves the market, but it means that we'll probably likely see another day of consolidation today. So in my mind, already going into the session today, I don't really have the impetus to really try to put on a lot of trades today, or any at all in my cash account. And you can see on my screen here, I have TPT evaluation accounts. I wasted a day yesterday. You could call it a waste a day by not trading these accounts. I will say this, one thing I have noticed is that Tradeovate is actually holding my copy group. I never thought I'd see the day where I open up a new Tradeovate window and my copy group is still selected. Has anybody noticed this as well in their Tradeovate? I'm probably going to jinx it right here and now, but I might go so far to say that it's actually working as intended, which is weird. It's pretty rare to see Tradeovate actually working properly. So shout out to Tradeovate for fixing their issues. Are we going to get Globex streams with RIPS back? I believe next week is when we're going to hit those. We do have September is going to be amazing. I don't want to give any spoilers, but September is going to be incredible. I just jinxed Tradeovate. Did yours deselect? Just in case, says I've had luck with Tradeovate. Slow, laggy, rhythmic trade C way better. Yeah, I prefer trade C, of course, simply because you can copy and use brackets and your brackets automatically update, and I mean, it's great. Tradeovate does not have, bro, if Tradeovate could have brackets like how on a web-based platform, like how Trade C does and Top Step X has it, Project X, I'm trying to think what else out there has it. But if we could have that in Tradeovate, I would become a Tradeovate convert and be super stoked on that. This is as good as we get in, where's my Tradeovate button? There. This is as good as you get in Tradeovate. So, like you can click and like have single, oh God, Jesus, what did I press? Oh, that's from my VWAP or something? I don't know. Anyway, it's, whatever. It's nice, but for somebody, the other nice thing is being able to use hotkeys, but the hotkeys aren't super intelligent. If you ever spent time being a scalper, the hotkeys that you're looking for are like close 25% of the position, put a stop 10 ticks away, put a stop 50 ticks away for, your whole position. And then it would, close 10% of your position. It would update the stop. Those are things that are important if you're scalping. The less that you have to consider in your mental bandwidth when executing your trades as a scalper, the better, because you're just trying to focus on pure price action, right? Tradeovate has a new platform based on TradingView. Really? Tell me more. Replicator is fantastic. Copy trader on Replicanto. Yeah, Replicanto is what I used to use, but it sort of falls apart when you start copy trading like 20 plus accounts, at least for me when I have a live stream going. Yo, Lito, thanks for the gifted sub, man. Appreciate you. In any case, it is what it is, Tradeovate Ninja Trader has a new beta rolling out on some prop firms like Lucid, which looks like a big improvement over the current. Whoa, what? How do I get on that thing? It's in a beta version, but you can access it and try. Wait, how? Tell me more. What do I do? Points gamble? Sure, man. Get you doing something here. What time is it? Let's do this one. I'll do a longer one. Let's do... Okay. You get 5 minutes for this prediction. There you go. 700 people watching, 33 likes. Yeah, I know, dude. I try to tell you folks, just like the stream. It ain't hard to do. It takes one little click of the mouse, dude. You need to have a cash account with Tradeovate. Well, that takes me out. Fuck. Yeah. Nope. No shot for me. Who has like a... Yeah, I don't have a Ninja Trader cash account either. If I was funded on any of the props, then yeah. Why are you waiting for it to get out of this range? Because I want to take trades that make sense to my brain. Because the idea of like taking a trade from here and maybe it goes here, like trying to capture 11 points with uncertainty, not really my speed. And plus, you know, there's lower predictability given that the slate is pretty clean today. So, I mean, I kind of just did what I was talking about, where it's like, you know, like a wick up. Wow, 7 points. I'm not really targeting a wick for 7 points, you know, 7.5 points. I'd rather the market gives me one nice, easy 3-inch putt today, which is like what we traded yesterday when we were interviewing James Sixsmith. That rejection to that. Super nice. You know, something that my brain feels confident in. And now there's range traders out there that love this type of stuff, but I'm not one of those. So, Kaka says, how are you doing today, Ribs? Thanks for asking. I'm doing well. Just trying to chill. 10 points in the NQ is like half a point in the S&P. Possibly. Possibly. I mean, in the way that they move in tandem, sure, you can look at it that way. Lucid's Discord has a form to enter the beta for the new Tradeovate platform. Okay, good to know. You will smack on Ninja. I mean, I used to trade on Ninja Trader because I had like crazy hotkeys for Ninja Trader where I was talking about, you know, like the stops and closing like a percentage of your position and all that. I used to have all that. I had an insane hotkey suite that was designed by the same person who coded the RIPS key levels. Cargo Colt. Shout out to Cargo Colt. Real G. Swamp Dude says, I'm still kind of new to your system. It seemed like a pitch and catch to me, but I guess I still got it wrong. Generally speaking, you want a bigger ATR when you're looking for that, unless you're trading like super microstructures, like something like this. Like, yeah, if you're trading a 10-second microstructure, sure, it's valid. But I'm like, you were talking about it up here. You know, you'd have to be, make sure we get this all in here. You're looking for, you know, something of this nature where you're using this as your primer right there. And then you're entering here, risking here, targeting. I mean, this is like a hyper microstructure. You know, there's your risk to reward. What is that? 18 points. So yeah, valid trade setup, but only on the microstructure and just getting on my show right now. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to break my back to try to squeeze 18 points out of the market when I'm, you know, probably promised a much better setup later in the session. I've been looking for longs today. Right now, we've rejected into this area of responsive buyers. So right now, we need to see it find acceptance into this higher zone of liquidity up here. Basically 725 up to close to 900. It's a large zone, but we need to have acceptance in the auction. So we're so far from it. You might say, well, why don't you just consider taking a trade up here? Because I don't have confidence in that. Sure, it might do that, but I'd rather wait to have confidence in a trade setup. Hey Rips, I sent you a message on X waiting for account. Let's go. What account? Are you talking about did you win TBT yesterday or something? If you want a TPT account, you already have it. It's in your credits bank. You already have it. Question on trade copier. I'm struggling to meet the minimum trading frequency with multiple TPT and Blue Sky accounts. Thoughts on this? Minimum trading frequency meaning what? Yeah, if you just go to your TPT dashboard, you purchase an account, go to 50K, and just instead of putting in your billing information, use the credit. Once a week per account. Yeah, so I mean, if you are buying a bunch of accounts and you're not copy trading them together, you're not going to meet the frequency, right? Trading micro gold this morning is 700 in the hole already. This shit is pissing me off. I mean, gold moves completely different from ES. I know you're an ES trader, Richard. It's a totally different thing. Trading metals coming from ES, like gold is very violent. It's a totally different order book, dude, run by completely different market makers than the S&P. So, I mean, you can either learn to tame that beast or just go back to Old Faithful, you know? I would say probably stick to Old Faithful. Is it possible to paper trade while following this room? Of course, absolutely. I want you folks to be paper trading before you even think about putting money into a prop firm. If you're new to trading, paper trading is, in my opinion, one of the best ways to get started. As long as you're taking it seriously, meaning that you can, like, I think the TradingView paper account is 50K, 100K, maybe even $1 million. I don't know. Maybe you can set how much money they give you on the paper trading and TradingView. But if you are not taking it seriously, then you are not going to get any value from it, right? For instance, like if you're, let's just say they give you a 100K in paper to trade, which platform ideal for paper trading? Get TradingView. We are seeing this push up right now for whatever reason. Let's see. U.S. Treasury increasing the size of liquidity support buyback operations for longer dated nominal coupon securities. There you go. Okay, wow. Leave it to the Treasury to blast off the markets. That's funny. I love it, dude. It's so funny. I love the markets. They're such a Ponzi. It's so awesome. Equities had no reaction really on that. Tesla had a small pump, Google small pump, but nothing significant. So a bit of a small pump in equity futures there. So yeah, it looks like TradingView gives you 100K. So if you are in TradingView and you're like, okay, I'm going to try to take paper trading seriously. By the way, we do have 800 contracts sitting on the bid here at 550. If you do take on paper trading and you're doing it in a way that you're looking at the 100K and you're like, whatever, you know, and you're not really focused on it, then you don't take it seriously and all that, it's not going to work out. You have to take it seriously enough where you're considering, like, you can't trade a paper trading account and then lose 100K in your first trade and be like, all right, I'll just reset this, and then take your next trade, lose 100K, and then you reset it, and then you take your next trade and you make like 500K. You're like, all right. You got to trade the micros, pretend like it's real money, and see how well you do. When I paper trade, I set the account to 50. Okay, so you can set the account. I would say set it to freaking 5K or 10K and trade micros and see how well you do. Set it to something realistic, because if you're setting it to unrealistic values, like if you never intend to be trading $100,000 anytime soon, which is probably, if you're paper trading, you're starting to trade for the first time, you're probably not going to be putting on 100K into a brokerage account anytime soon. I would set that thing to, $5,000 to $10,000. That's what I would be doing, and I would be taking it as seriously as you possibly can. Because if you're not going to get any value from it, because you're just like, whatever, it doesn't matter. Well, if it doesn't matter, then you're trading, whatever you're putting into your effort of trading is not going to matter. Your effort won't matter. So set it low. But this is, the question was, this is somebody before they're ever going to put money into a prop firm, right? So before you're putting money into a prop firm, this is what I would suggest you do, because I don't want to see you putting money into a prop firm and just going crazy. It's nonsense. Equities are still not catching up to this news. Again, if you missed it, the news was the Treasury is increasing by at least double the size of liquidity support buyback operations for longer dated nominal coupon securities, the 10 to 20 year sector and the 20 year to 30 year sector, effective September 9th. So Treasury's got the back of the market right now. Would you consider doing that on your stream? Would be very interesting for us, Peasants. No, personally, nah. I already find it hard enough to stop trading my cash account in lieu of trading on prop firms, because if I see a really nice setup, I'm gonna tag it in my cash account because I like to make money. So if I was gonna do that, the trade quality would be way down, in my opinion. Price Active Pete says, I have an XFA with 50 bucks on it. You use the practice account. It comes with it to avoid paying combine or data fees on other platforms when I'm in a slump. I love that. Love that. Yeah. Utilize your paper trading tools as much as you can when you're trying to test new strategies and see what's what. But again, it has to be taken very seriously, because if you're not trading it like a regular account, then you're gonna get no value in the exercise of doing this. Absolutely zero value. We are pushing up to potentially break this double top of liquidity right now. The market is very strong on this news currently. This is the topping area that we saw earlier. We're currently trading above 650 now. 650 is the new line in the sand for this push. You can see big orders are being stacked behind. So if this push continues, we would see this possibly pushing over that 670 area of price. So watching a pullback here towards 650. Let's see if this wants to hold. Right now, it looks super strong, giga strong. Still some sellers up here. I want to see if this actually holds a breakout into that 670 area. Watching to see if we have a breakout. Continued here over 660. Squeezing a little bit more up towards 660 for the time being. Watching here. Seeing if we get that breakout above 660 into that 670 area price. We would see a new high here on the S&Ps. Right now we are seeing an extended pre-market high. 735 in the S&Ps. Big orders left behind as well. 660 seems to be the new line in the sand. So if consolidation breaks above 660, I think we'll trade into that 700 level perhaps. But it's all about 660 right now and 735 in the S&Ps. So watching here for the break over 660. Wanting to see an auction above 670. That area of price is super important. So a breakout of that would confirm a lot of stops getting popped up towards 700 perhaps. We are seeing price slow down a little bit up here. Watching. $660 still that line in the sand. Holding that 660 push, watching 670 to possibly trade out here. We are seeing some bigger consolidation up towards 660. I want to see if this price holds on a push through potentially 670 here. You can see how violent this reaction is right at 660. There is a battle going on. So I'd like to see a resolution of this battle currently. Watching at 650 now. Okay, 670, is it going to hold this push through 670? There's the push at 670, as we talked about. There's the break of that high. A big rejection right now underneath that break of high. Watching to see if we have continuation for those stops getting popped. Right now at 670. It looks like that was a big flip of liquidity here. Watching here again. Holding above 670. Let's see if we have that continuation. There is a big bid left behind there in the S&Ps. I want to see if we have big continuation up towards 675 now. Some bigger orders stacking in. Watching. 675 about to be tagged on that push through 675, covering a little bit here, leaving a small runner behind. And covering the rest at 660 there. So a quick little trade there for about 5 grand in my cash count. Yeah, 660 just wasn't strong enough to hold for me to really want to add into that thing. We did get that break and that pop. If we're looking at bookmap here, this is kind of your last resort of if we're not going to challenge that area and get popped above that and hold, then it's probably best to at least release or relax the position. Obviously, getting in the break of the volume shelf was the thing that made this work, but there it is. Up $5,075 in our cash account there on that push. I still think that we could see a nice hold above this level, but we're seeing consolidation as we approach the 9 a.m. hour. So this was your first squeeze, where I thought acceptance above this prior challenge area was the key area to get in. This is your best pitch and catch, obviously, with using this, or this is your primer. But I wanted to see a clear acceptance over this prior rejection. So on the 10-second bars, you know, you're talking about, this is that same area of transaction. So a break above that area makes a lot of sense. You know, good for 40 or so points. So currently consolidating up here above 660, which is nice. We are seeing equities starting to follow this move a little bit, even though it's not as extreme as the move in index equity futures was. So walked away for a few and came back to this. WTF happened. The Treasury announced that they're going to be increasing their size of liquidity support for longer dated nominal coupons. So big news from the Treasury there, causing this pump. $77.38 quarters dead in its tracks. I mean, imagine, right? It's almost like these levels continually work over and over again. It's crazy, huh? Following you with this trade is so relaxing. Listening to your comments about moving price, relax, trade, and win. Let's go. How many people have caught this this run up? We are trading above 680 now. I do think that challenging 700 would be the next valuable area. 690 and 705. So there's going to be a little bit of liquidity right around those areas, right? We already challenged 670. Next on the docket would be, you know, right here at 690, this prior wick, and then at 705. If you're not at a key level, would you take PNCs off the VWAP? So sort of like a VWAP bounce. If it qualifies, yeah, as long as you use appropriate risk and it qualifies the setup, then yes. Oil just cleaned out a bunch of stops below 84.50 as well. Yeah, you're going to see NASDAQ and oil moving in tandem often, specifically given how much the war has really mattered. By the way, if you missed it, TPT is running this special for the entire week. TPT is 50% off on all of their accounts. 50% off and no activation fee. All right, squeezy above 700 here. 705 is the next line in the sand. We can look at this happening live in Bookmap here. currently holding 700. I expect a bit of retracement, maybe back down 5 points in the S&Ps if we get that. But again, you know, we're auctioning back towards that prior level of liquidity. So it's, you know, whether it gets there now or whether it gets there later, I still think that there's a lot of interested participants there. The question becomes is whether or not they're interested in accepting value there. We have a lot of missed value in this prior area. So having this trade somewhere in that range would be another 100 points, which is really not that much, right? Just open my charts. What the fuck made this move like this? The Treasury announcing that they are doubling their support. Would you say you developed some kind of spidey sense of these movements after a long time? Yeah, you know, I mean, the type of squeezes that you see over time are recognizable, and it just goes back to that pattern recognition side of your brain. So like this type of squeeze in equities I've seen, or this type of squeeze in index equity futures right now, I've seen in other instruments, whether it's a single equity, an option, a reaction to a piece of news in index equity futures from before. It's just you get used to seeing patterns, right? That's all. How do I join, Rips? You're in right now. You have joined. You're here. You are here, baby. You are absolutely positively joined up, baby. You're in. There's nothing for you to do. You're already in. So the next area of price value acceptance would be beginning at 730, so about 15 points from where we're trading at right now. And we are seeing 7750 be the next highest area where we're seeing a bunch of orders being stacked in the S&Ps. If we saw like a nice 20-point drop in the NAS, it might be an interesting area of price to get back into. And on the ticket there, 750 is being challenged. S&P's next level is all the way up at 770, whereas 732 spot 25 is the next level in the NASDAQ. High row 770 target. Am I crazy? It depends on what your time horizon is for your trades, right? It all depends on what your time horizon is. If your time horizon is exaggerated, then, you know, maybe there is something there. You know, it just depends on how much time you're willing to give a trade to play out. Pulled out way too soon, had a great entry, but back to green, that's all that matters. Nice work there, Lee Trades. Remember, try your best to not trade your P&L, but trade the charts in front of you. Trade an area of price that makes sense to your brain. Have targets in mind, have your stops in place, and trade to let it work out. Currently auctioning right around 700. We have a pullback right below 700 right now. Microsoft CMO is leaving the company, breaking news. So that might have an effect on price here. Here's the way you talk about acceptance value area really sounds like Mind Over Markets book. How important would you say that book is to your way of trading? It's definitely laid the foundation to the way that I trade now, for sure. That's why I recommend Mind Over Markets and Markets in Profile. It allows my brain to make sense of the auction in front of me. Tesla's pumping, Meta is dead in its tracks, Microsoft. Google has pumped, Amazon has pumped, Nvidia is looking for a range breakout here above 221. So it is pulling back here, looking for a potential acceptance above into that 730 level. 7750 has traded in the S&Ps, and it is currently squeezing right now on both index equity futures. So again, you're seeing a lot of orders getting whacked to the upside here. You're seeing a lot of acceptance of value here. It has room even higher up to 800, barring any kind of breaking news. Watching on pullbacks here, given that there are a lot of orders being left So S&P futures, new highs there. We are seeing some cappers there at 740 in the NASDAQ. But you are seeing strong bids left behind. I want to see 760 starting to trade in the S&Ps. I want to see also some nice clean pullbacks here in the NAS. Because on big pumps, pullbacks are healthy. So right now we are holding a lot of bid side support in the S&Ps and in the NAS here. Pull back to like 715 would be lovely if it comes. Acceptance back above 740. 750 would be a line in the sand, but I don't think it will hold much. So 750 auctioning out right now. Value acceptance all the way up through 800 here. Watching 760 for a line in the sand. Also, we have room up to 770 in the S&Ps. 750 area of price currently holding, watching for a breakout trade here of 760. Back at 750, a bit of a failed breakout there at 750, pulling back towards 735 now. Some orders coming in above overhead supply there, clear overhead supply at 745. Watching to see if we get this pullback all the way to 715 now. 7750 is the pullback level to watch there in the S&Ps. Seeing if we get this push back up above 735. Currently holding the push above 735. Let's see if it holds with bids set behind. Nice push back up. Looking for 750s now to trade here. Looking on this extension, we do have some overhead supply that's stepping in. $740 currently the line in the sand. Looking for a range breakout here above 740. Nice trade up to 750 here. Watching for that acceptance back above 750. We did have a stronger wick up there. So watching to see if we have acceptance into that area once more. Nice pull into 750 once more. There is a lot of liquidity above that area of price. So trying to judge where we should have our stops appropriately on this push. Acceptance underneath 740 for the time being. Watching on these pullbacks now. Looking for a retracement back above 735 for acceptance. Watching this roll off back down to the lower end of our zone here. 45 contracts at 735, seeing if they're interested in swiping those areas of price. 35 is swiped, now possibly auctioning up towards 750 once more. Looking for this 45 acceptance. Back up to 45, watching the auction now for this area of price. 745 is very strong. So acceptance through 45, watching for that continuation now with stronger bids left behind. Right now we are consolidating at 745. So consolidation at 745 currently. Overhead supply is entering into the space now. Watching here at a rejection of 730. 735 still trading. 740 reclaim. 732 is our value area right now. So back to the value area of 732. Watching for 35 to hold here. Pumping back up potentially to 740s. Watching for acceptance at 750. $732, big line in the sand here. Watching on this roll off at 732. Nice overhead supply there at 732 is kicking, and we are breaking. Watching for acceptance at 740 now. Some 735 defense, but 740 is holding. Watching here for the breakout above 740 now. Currently breaking out above 740. Looking for 745 to now trade here. Pushing into that 745 area of price. Some weaker bids, but I still think 7750 wants to hold. So watching here on this push. 745, there's a big area of price up here. Trying to evacuate a lot of my position here into that 45 pull. That's going to take me out. They filled all of my orders there at 745. We got in a pullback long at 725 there. Really, really nice interaction with that range. Gives us a nice total of 15,000 now on the day. Just scalping within that range that we see very clearly here. So just following the range here on Bookmap. Really just buying the relaxation of price into these huge pushes, pull back longs into these pushes, and just being that big player that's sitting there on the offer, begging the market to say, hey, if you want to fill this area of price, you got to show me some pressure. How many people in here were trading that same range as me? Yeah, really just using that range to my advantage, knowing that if I can join those big players on the offer, we're going to have enough offer side liquidity that we can get filled while pushing the price back down into our lower acceptance where we're bidding the market. So that is kind of a range consolidation trick when you have a squeeze like that. If you can join larger players that are also trying to get filled, you're expecting the price to relax back down, and you can have bids sitting there waiting to accept lower prices. So that honestly was like you're just scalping in the zone there. And you can see there being filled at 745 was no mistake. I mean, there's 200 contracts. That was a good majority, not a good majority, but a decent part of that. So pullback longs are the name of the game. Joining the pressure side. This is the one thing that you will never be able to do in props because your orders are never hitting the tape, but at least it's good practice if you are, kind of following the way that the market's moving, Barely passed by TPT eval overnight, wishing I had it funded right now. Hey man, patience is a virtue, brother. So we are pulling back to the low side of that range that we were talking about here. Trading that consolidation was all I was looking for. If we have acceptance of bids in this low area of price, this is all you really need to target as a scalper, because I can take out these topping wicks and add my orders into those offers and just add my orders into those bids. And I'm just following that range of price. Picked up 500 funded, 1750 in eval and micros. Let's go. Give it up for Brian Johnson. Let's go, baby. So consolidation now, right before 9 a.m. We will probably see a 9 a.m. acceptance of price. Let's see how this goes here. By the way, who won, the overs or the unders in kick? Overs won. Okay, cool. I thought so. Everyone won. It is true. All right, let's do another one here. We're gonna do another channel points gamble. All right, I'm gonna give you 1 minute for this one. Go ahead, gamble away. Hey, Rich, quick question. What keypad, macro pad do you use for executing trades? This is what I'm using. And I'm clicking. If I'm trading on DOS Trader Pro or Sterling, this is what I would use. I use a Stream Deck. But the limitations of TradingView do not allow me to do that, so I'm clicking, dragging, using the DOM, clicking, dragging orders. And I found it's been working for me. So there you go, acceptance, as we talked about, 9 a.m. acceptance, bringing the market right back down. This is why I wanted to boogie out of my trades. This is why 745 was so important. And mind you, 745 is essentially the topping point of that range because of all of the orders that were stacked in there. And the moment that I saw that they were iceberging 745 was the moment that I snapped into that too. So I said, hey, look, if you guys are gonna iceberg 745, I'm gonna join that same order of price. Thankfully, their iceberg got out of the way by the time that I needed to get filled. That's a mouse? Wait, this is a mouse? Are you guys serious? This is a mouse? No, this is my pathway to profits, baby. This, by the way, is one of my favorite mice ever to use. This is the Razer Viper Mini Signature Series. It's a limited edition. I got it in white and black. I haven't opened the white one yet, but I like this one because it's sort of stealth on my desk. But this is, I look at it in the same way. Like I used to play Counter-Strike. I had a coach in Counter-Strike. I was ass, right? Let's get it out of the way really quick. I was straight ass at Counter-Strike. Straight fucking cheeks, dude. I was like the guy that you didn't want on your team. And I always used to, try out different mice and everything. I'm friends with a lot of Counter-Strike pro players. Like one of my good friends is Jordan Nothing Gilbert. Awesome dude. Shout out to Nothing. He's a real OG. So yeah, I used to always call these my golf clubs. Whenever I'd get a new mouse, would be my golf club. You want CS2 streams? Even better, Kaka. We're going to be doing a GTA streams when GTA 6 drops, which, by the way, I cannot wait for. The reveal is coming in 8 short days. So excited for it. What was your... Dude, I was... I got the highest rank, but, like, it wasn't all me. Like, I would join with squads and 2s and 3s, but... it's not LEM. Was LEM the highest? No. What was the highest, dude? Yeah, GE, Global Elite. There you go. That was the highest. But like, dude, if I solo queued as a GE, bro, I'm telling you right now, I was like, everybody would rage at me. Yeah, bro got carried by nothing. You're not wrong, bro. I got carried a lot of matches. Now, given I did have some good clutch moments, but I'm fucking terrible, dude. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like, oh, dude, I was kind of... No, I was fucking terrible, bro. Terrible. I had a coach, though. Like, I took it very seriously. Ridiculous. I never... And by the way, I didn't have a coach because I was intending on competing. I had a coach because I wanted to suck less. I wanted to not be called names when I was solo queuing. Coach for video games is kind of a noob tell. I mean, I just not wanted to be better. That's all. We are auctioning back to the point of control here. Looking at TradingView, we did have that balanced rejection here out of that range. And what you're going to find is that usually when we consolidate in ranges like that, where we have prior acceptance of lower prices out of a range, you're going to see the same thing repeating. Game was filled with cheaters. I don't believe you. Yeah, I mean, dude, honestly, that's the one thing that really got me to stop playing CSGO. Well, it's CS2 now, but I stopped playing CSGO simply because the cheating was so rampant. What was funny is that when I used to queue with pros, like if I was playing with Nothing or Stewie, we'd go into a game. There'd be like 5 of us, right? Me and 4 really good players. I'd be the fucking worst on the team, obviously, by a mile, dude. I would be the absolute shittiest player on the team. I was like fucking, comparatively, I was like, really wasn't, but I felt like I was a bronze in that squad. But like we'd queue with a lot of good players, right? So 4 other really good players like Stewie, Nothing, some other like lesser known pros. And what would be funny is that they'd be playing on their Smurf accounts, and every single game we'd play, they'd get accused of cheating. That's how good they were. It was so fucking sick. I play CS2 now. I play one match before the market's open to wake up my brain. That's awesome. How is it, by the way? Did VAC ever figure out how to ban cheaters, or is it still just dog shit? CS2 is garbage? Damn. I have played with Shroud. He wasn't one of the regular people we'd squad up with, though. I have played with Shroud. Again, like, these people are, like, the best in the world. Bro, these people were fucking legendary, dude. What's his name? Nothing used to be on Cloud9, so all the Cloud9 players, like, I've met them, I've queued with them, but I didn't play enough where I was like, trust me, they didn't want to queue with me. It would be like, hey, if they're gonna play on their Smurf accounts, I get a, you know, hey, Ripsy, we got one spot. Fuck yeah, let's go. Shroud is unbelievable, dude. I mean, but so was Stewie. Stewie in his prime was insane. And so was Jordan, dude. Jordan had, dude, all of them. It was so fun to play with people that were at that level. Like, it was just so fucking sick. Like, it was unbelievable. It's so much fun to play on, like, a team like that when you're just dominating, especially if you're smurfing, you know? Yeah, Jordan in 1.6 was insane. Jordan in, like, 1.2 when he used to cheat was insane. By the way, we did hold these 700s to the downside. People are asking again, what made this pump in the market? Let me read you the exact headline that did it. The U.S. Treasury is increasing by at least double the size of liquidity to support buyback operations for longer dated nominal coupon securities, the 10 to 20 year and the 20 to 30 year sector. That will begin rolling out on September 9th. Your personality with Dr. Disrespect would make for great comms, yeah. Except I don't cheat on my wife. Jordan calls the game like you call the charts. Is he still doing, does he still announce? Dude, I cannot believe that the Dr. Disrespect scandal and everything. He must have, like, I mean, being that tall, like, how did you not get any play, bro? Like, bro, you should have had, like, by the time you get married, you should have had, like, for most people, I mean, I don't know. Everybody's different, but, like, by the time you're locking it down and getting married, you should have got all of that shit out of your system. Like, you should be at the point where it's good and gone out of your system. Like, if you're getting amped about a boys trip to the strip club and you're married, like, bro, you married the wrong bitch. You're with a shitty lady, my friend. You did not make it in life. It's time to think about filing some divorce papers. Like, for real, dude. I'm sorry to say it, but you probably picked the wrong one. Simple as the goat. I don't think I've ever played with Simple. What's his name? Who played on Simple's team that was also really, really sick? Entry Fragger. What the fuck was his name? God damn it, I can't remember. When that news broke, it hurt. We were all married to Doc. Yeah, I mean, he was a great streamer. When does he go live? When does who go live? Doc was a college basketball. Was he actually a college basketball player? I had no idea about his lore. That's insane. I had no clue that he was actually a basketball player. I mean, he's ginormous, bro. He's like 6'8" or 6'9" or something. I don't even know. He's fucking tall. Kenny S, dude. Kenny S was sick, but I'm still thinking of a Simple's teammate who was like a sick entry fragger. Hiko. There you go. Hiko. Or Nico, not Hiko, Nico. Isn't Nico an entry fragger? I'm trying to think. Dude, it's been a while since I've watched like any kind of CSGO league games or anything. Or CS2, I guess now. See? Last time I was watching was during CSGO. I just, I really wish that they still had like, I wish that they had a way to like really just like lock down cheating. Wasn't there a scandal too? Like one of the pro players was cheating with like his mouse. Didn't have his mouse have the software in it, so when he plugged in the USB, it like uploaded the cheat or whatever. Ripsy, community growing so fast and so much. I remember when we'd have 200 to 300 average of the stream and a good 30% were trolls. Yeah, I know, it's funny, dude. It was weird, to be honest. Like the amount of trolls that we get were just like ridiculous, dude. But I said this on Twitter like last week. I said that the half-life of these trolls is not very strong, right? They run out of money. They just sit here, they talk shit the whole time, and then they run out of money, and they're like, fuck, I can't afford any more prop firms. I guess I should have listened to this guy. Think it was an Indian pro who cheated? No, I don't think so. I think it was like a Ruski or something. Rose, could you leave Bookmap up on the screen when you're locked in and reading the price actions? It's much more helpful for learning how to read order flow, especially for people who are first starting with it. Yeah, I can do that. I'm just trying to appeal to the masses right now. You can see we have 1,500 people watching on YouTube. We got 730 people watching on Kick. I feel like Kick is mostly OGs. YouTube is a lot of new people. So, yeah. I feel like having TradingView up is more accessible to most traders out there, right? What do you think of the comments on your Rips Nation post? I'm picking 3 people today that win free accounts. They're hilarious. They're so good. By the way, yeah, if you haven't seen yet on my Instagram, you have to be part of the Rips Nation or it would be helpful. But if you go on my latest Instagram post where I posted a carousel of images, that post is we're giving 3 people free prop firm accounts. So comment away if you care to do that. Don't want to force you to do anything you don't want to do, so do it if you like to do it. Do it if you wanna. Dun, dun. Yeah, a lot of people have been liking the new formats. By the way, we are fucking motoring back up to that zone. Did anybody catch that one? I mean, that was... I'm kind of locked up for the day in my personal account because I was so focused on catching these moves right here. I'm kind of mentally fatigued. Obviously, people ask me like mental capital and all that. But like this had 2 potential entries, and let's go over them here. So on the 1 minute, you can stack bars as your primer. In this case, this is going to be your clear primer right there. You can also use this, but I would recommend, you know, using a stacked primer is better. This is why like on targets, we're going to use this as a target for the pitch and catch, but using this as your stacked primer makes a lot of sense. When you have the first rejection of price, you start looking for it. I would hope that on this candle wick right here that you're getting in, stops are below these wicks right here, and then your target is going to be the top of these wicks right here. That's a 1 1/4 to 1. This one only extends to 1 1/2 to 1, so it's not the best risk reward, but you know, it's there if you want it, right? It's there if you want it. So what's your Bookmap settings to get it to look so clean? We use vertical smoothing, we turn it off. Vertical smoothing off. By the way, if you are not part of the Rips Nation, and I'm not bullshitting, these are the levels that we currently have on our chart. And this is where I really want to direct your attention. Okay, where did we pull back to? 685 halves. 732 quarters is where we're trading right now. So let's just say that you took that exact trade. You're looking at a total of 46 points in the profit. This is why I continue to stress having these levels on your chart. These guys right here, make these big and fat. That's what she said. There we go. So you can actually see these things. There you go. So these 2 levels, if you only had these 2 levels on your chart, imagine what you could have done just now if you just had these 2 levels. And again, these levels are given for free in the Instagram group. And I can't stress it enough. If you just put these levels on your chart, you should start to develop a style that you can use them, whether it's break and retest, whether it's an average pullback long where you're looking for it to trade underneath the primer for your pitch and catch to the upside. Using these as targets or destinations or points of liquidity that make a lot of sense, you know, this is why you add them on your charts. You recommend any solid books for new traders? Yes, I have 4 books that I recommend. 4 books that I recommend. And look at that. You can't make this up. I mean, it's just, it's honestly ridiculous at this point. Is it not? Like, you just can't make that up. Come on. Come on. Yes, code RIPS and code MC20 both work for Bookmap. They get you 20% off. 685 is the level that we talked about yesterday. 685 and 50. 685 spot 50. We talked about it You think it's unlikely a retail trader arrives at the same levels by calculation rips? Yes, 100%. Absolutely 100,000 million percent. Can you trade POC just in TradingView and without Bookmap? Sure. I mean, you can develop any strategy that works well with your brain. It doesn't matter. As long as you use fair risk and you are confident in your trades and you're not scared of stopping out when you're losing, I think you'll do just fine. Alejandro says, Rips, I want to throw you a huge thank you because I was able to come up with these levels on my own. Obviously, I don't have all your exact and same levels, but I do have these and was able to come up with this by reading the books you recommend. Let's go. That's awesome. For those of you who was looking for the levels, we showed this on stream yesterday as well. Where everybody's like, hey, there's no level there. There is no level. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Okay, let's go back 6 days in time, shall we? Let's go back 6 days in time to August 13th, 2026, shall we? And let's go ahead and look. Hey, look, there's 685. Hey, look, there's 732. Oh my goodness, it's right there. Unbelievable. 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 Is this your indicator on TradingView or did some weirdo copy it? I do not have any indicators on my screen right now except for this, the visible range volume profile, and I guess VWAP, but you can't see it on the current viewport, so no. What's a good amount for a stop loss as in points? It depends on what your upside target is. If you're targeting 5,000 points, then having a stop of 3 points doesn't make a lot of sense. Or maybe it does. Ribs, those levels suck. Yes, the worst. I hate money too. I hate it. Where do I go to join? Go to my Instagram and watch my story. It's literally right there. I can't try so hard to make it so simple. So here you go. Right here. Click my face. There it is, right there. You have to look at this. Only works on your mobile device. I wish I had $1 for everybody who messaged me like, dude, I'm clicking and nothing's happening. Do it on your mobile device. It's free, by the way. Free. See the word free? No charge. $0. $0. Someone get this man a link tree? I have one, bro. What are you talking about? You guys are so funny. You guys say, dude, Rips, I was thinking you should start trading NASDAQ one day. Hey, man. It'd be crazy. Hey, dude, have you ever heard of Bookmap? Hey, bro, have you ever heard of Bookmap? You should start using that on your stream. You know? See, the problem is I do have it. People just don't want to look at it. There's my link tree. Free live trading Monday through Friday on Kick and YouTube. There's the links. Hey, you're gonna see, if you are sick of seeing this word, I would caution you to probably stop watching the stream right now, because you're gonna see this every single day. You're gonna see this word pop up everywhere with me. So apologies in advance if you hate seeing the F word. It's gonna come up a lot of times here on this stream. Okay, back to the books conversation. Oh, God. All right. Okay, hold on. I'm trying not to get distracted by the obvious retards in chat right now. Okay. All right, so the books that I recommend are as follows. Mind Over Markets. That's book number 1. Markets in Profile, book number 2. Trading in the Zone, book number 3. Book number 4. Book number 4. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it.
Dude can't admit when he's wrong. Rips, look at your Rips Nation post. Look at your Instagram post. It's missing. Hey, shithead. Hey, you fucking retard. Hey, you fucking moron. Does this look like fucking Instagram, you fucking dipshit, shit-eating fucking clown? Does this look like fucking Instagram, you dipshit? It does not, does it? You fucking paste-eating goddamn fucking moron!
Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Sorry. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Oops. Sorry, they've been banned. Sorry, they've been banned. Also, if you showed up yesterday, the level was provided to you yesterday, but go on being an unprofitable shit-eating retard. You've been banned. Suck a dick on your way out, you fucking ass-eating clown. Grab a spoon. Oh, God bless. Never to be seen again. Oh my God, they were here yesterday. They literally said that yesterday. They said, you don't have 29,685 as a level in your last level post. Holy shit, they were here yesterday for the conversation. Holy shit. Holy shit. That's insane, brother. That's actually insane. They were here for the conversation yesterday. That's fucking insane, bro. Holy shit. They actually acknowledged it yesterday, too. Holy fuck. Yo, how many people drop a W in chat if you think that guy's losing his trades today? Drop a W in chat if you think that guy's losing his trades today. He doesn't know how to handle his energy. I'm mad, streamer man. I'm losing today, and you're up so much. Fuck you, buddy. And by the way, for anybody who's asking, why, Rips? Why would you ever stop doing this shit for free? Exhibit A. Exhibit A. Exhibit A. Why would you ever stop doing this for free, Rips? Because when you do it for free, dipshits complain about it. I can't believe it. It's actually insane. It's actually fucking insane. Ah, good Lord. Anyway, we are pushing back up into the zone of liquidity. We are trading 745 as we once were. We had another pullback long opportunity right there, 36. What was the fourth book? Sorry, I got distracted. Okay. The next book was Best Loser Wins. Best Loser Wins was the fourth and final book. Is there going to be another points bet today? It's active, wasn't it? Oh, who won? Overs or unders? Somebody tell me. Tom Hogarth is coming out with another book soon. I'll be definitely watching for that one. Thanks for those level rips. Helps in addition to the gamma strikes. Make a good coin today from there. Let's go, Lacho. Let's get the positivity back in there. Kevin says, Rips, are you using rhythmic data? I have different sources in my bid and ask columns using MNQ U6. You're going to have that happen. We don't ever track the micros on this channel. We only look at the minis. So you will see a disparity in the bid and offer when you're looking at the MNQ. Does Hogarth still trade or just do seminars? I think he trades small now. I mean, there's not a lot of money in being an author of books. I will say that. By the way, 925, we did see a small drop there at the level that doesn't exist. Unders? Okay, let's pay the unders. All right, 947 is going to be the next gamble. And we're going to do it like this. I'm going to give you 1 minute for the next prediction. Go. Tom Hogarth spazzing on Livestream on trolls is absolutely the funniest thing ever. How does he compare to the Rips Rage? I tried to go really ham on that last one. Who's better? Dude, Tom did 11 million in his cash account last year? No fucking shot, bro. Did he actually? 11 million USD or 11 million Peruvian pesos? Rips Rage is untethered and knows no bounds. Yeah, I mean, it's there. It's definitely there. He trades live on YouTube. Dude, the last time that I checked in with Tom Hogarth, and again, no shade. I'm just saying what I remember seeing. There's absolutely no shade in my heart for him. He was trading like super small positions. Is that not true? Hey, Rips, thank you for all the knowledge you've shared with us. I really appreciate all the efforts you put on every day. Sorry for the bad part of the internet, but honestly, you're doing great, dude. Keep it up. Thanks, man. Thank you. Thank you. Good to get some positivity in here. I'll never understand the people who've been rocking with the Rips Nation for like over a year and then just one day they just turn. They're having like a day where it's like they haven't won a single trade in like 6 to 8 months and they're sitting here, they're getting more and more frustrated. They see me fucking putting on a trade like this. I make $15,000 and it's just like they're sitting here and they're like, dude, I'm gonna fucking lose it, man. I'm gonna fucking lose it. I can't, dude, this guy, he won't stop fucking winning. What the fuck? What am I doing wrong here? And then they just explode and they take it out on Streamer Man. It's been 6 months since my last profitable day. What am I doing? What the fuck? How long have you been trading for, sir? 8 months. Okay, well, we found the issue, didn't we? Tom trades large? Wait, what the fuck? For real? Dude, I could have sworn the last time I checked his YouTube stream, he was trading paltry size, but I guess I'm completely wrong. Stop talking about the dude. But I don't expect you, G Jones, you're in that camp of people that's been following for like over a year. I don't expect you one day to be like, Rips, fuck you, man. CFDs have different sizing and leverage. No, yes. He's trading live. I gotta go find him. Why did you, CFD, I don't know why he doesn't trade regulated futures markets. That's crazy. All right, 2-minute warning, folks. Let's go ahead and lock in for the opening. We'll have Bookmap on the screen for the open since I'm sure people will complain about it regardless. But here we go. The markets are opening inside 2 minutes. Depends on his account size. He's growing a smaller account. Trading micro show could be done. I got it. Okay, cool. I want to tune in and watch this shit. I want to check him out. I got nothing but respect for the guy. If he made $11 million trading last year, holy shit, that's fucking dope. And especially while he's trading live, that's fucking insane, bro. What a fucking G. Base size for NQ is 100 quid for him. Watch, which is like 5 contracts. Got it. So yeah, cool. I mean, we made 3 million last year, which is a far cry from 11 million, dude. You're talking about 7 figures versus 8 figures. It's a completely different league. That's insane. It's freaking awesome. I think he sweep London high and then back up, or we sweep London high, yeah. I think he trades live on YouTube. I don't know. Seems to be really laid back, dude. You have to be laid back to be a decent trader. You also have to be aggressive sometimes. All right, we are pulling back underneath that 745 area. If we go back and challenge it and find bids below us as we go up, there's a good chance that we could start threatening a break of 800. So inside 30 seconds now, I'm not really hankering to put on any types of trades here. So we're just super ultra mega big chilling right now. Tom is Tom Hogarth, the author of Best Loser Wins. $200 minis is kind of aggressive. Yeah, I mean, it's for a retail trader for sure, man. All right, here we go. Markets are open. Ding, 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 ding. Pulling back to the point of control and holding. I'm gonna try to take a couple breaths here. Nvidia is super strong out of the gates alongside Amazon and Microsoft. Meta is shitting the bed a little bit, but holding. Google holding as well. We are seeing a little bit of a dunkaroo here to the downside. I'm currently in nothing right now. Wanted to be taking it relatively easy this morning. S&Ps are weak, but they are kind of holding some bids here above 7740. 38 and quarters in the S&Ps would be the area to watch. We are bouncing at the previous primer right now at 653. Dun, 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 dun. Are you not trading any props today? I might. I'm just taking it easy right now off this open. I have not traded any props yet, if that was your question. So currently rejecting just below where we had the earlier primer for the upside pitch and catch. Equities are looking somewhat strong. We are seeing a pullback in NVIDIA underneath 223, which is not a very significant area. The only significance is that in Tuesday's after hours trades, we had a midpoint right around 222 halves. You ever traded at the beginning of the open? Yes, you could look at yesterday's trade recap. I traded in the first couple minutes. Yen situation being proof that the Federal Reserve is always behind the ball. I mean, with their announcement today, it feels like they're being a little bit ahead of the 8 ball there. Go to the kitchen and debated staying long, came back and NQ straight down, flatten all button, saves lives. Amen. Yeah, also holding a trade through the open when there's significant order matching on Mopex week is generally not a great idea. And these are things that you'll learn at some point if you haven't learned them yet in your trading career, because you'll make those mistakes and have to have the threat of those mistakes hurting you so much. Took a few weeks off, trading up 3K on the day, closing out the charts and just gonna watch. I love that, man. Watching is good for your noggin because it shows you the patterns that you could potentially be trading in the future. So there's no shame in just sitting here and watching the price action. I'm watching the price action. I'm up a decent amount. I made my nut for the day. So, you know, I don't mind not trading my cash account for the rest of the day. If I see something really prudent that's pushing me into the market, you know, maybe I'll click some buttons, but I wouldn't size up into anything unless it's exaggerated price action. Right now, we are spooling up towards 720, the open primer here. If we do auction below 720 and have acceptance below this, maybe a quick bounce below 700, that could invite a trade. Headline am I talking about? Let me say it once more. There was the trade, by the way, the bounce below 700. Geez, called it exact. My God, there it is. If you're wondering, there it is. I literally said, hey, possibly a bounce below 700, and there it is, and straight to that area of price, 725 and beyond. Wow. Did you take that trade live? Which one? The one yesterday? Yeah, I was interviewing the CEO of TPT at the time, so I couldn't have it interrupt the interview, but yeah, took it well. As the experience that I gained from being on Top Step TV with a lot of people talking while you're trying to trade was the same experience I used to nail that trade yesterday that I made, I don't know, $13,000 on. TJ says, I killed my account last week. I've been tuning in and watching to continue gaining knowledge and confidence. I love that, dude. Never sleep on self-improvement. There's so much value in just watching price. There's so much value in watching what the market does. And especially if your brain knows that you have zero intentions to be trading, you have a much more you have more moments of clarity in watching the price action. S&P is significantly weaker than the Nas here. S&P is probing to make new lows and breaking the prior low structure that we set up in the pre-market. Coming down to the point of control currently. Confidence is so hard when you lose an account you were up on. I mean, it's just part of the game. Losing trades, losing accounts. I mean, if you're a live trader, losing an account is completely different than what I'm talking about. But I'm saying as a prop firm trader, if you're losing trades, you will eventually lose accounts, and that's fine. I mean, you're dealing with smaller drawdowns and everything. So. Hi, Ribs. Let's do this. Let's do it, Lucky Mon. How are you, pal? Yeah, we are currently auctioning right around the point of control right now. Market is showing us significant weakness to the downside. If it does break below that 650 level and hold that area of price, the likely trade would be to the VWAP there down at just below 600. So you're talking about possibly 75 plus points of resolution here and now. Pullback in NVIDIA and Meta is adding to the fire. Google also rolling off here. S&P is starting to catch a little bit of a bid here at 740. Google still showing weakness. Meta slightly bouncing. And NVIDIA has not cracked below the VWAP just yet. Let's make sure my copy trading's on. Looking for a potential break of this low structure. Watching on this push back up towards 675. We are seeing some overhead supply coming in. That's a good enough signal for me to try to get this break of lows short. I would like to see this potentially bouncing up towards 700. How many contracts? Oh, yes. Okay, cool. We have the correct amount of contracts on. I was going to say, that doesn't look right. Watching for 675 to retrace for an add. 675 retrace, looking for the point of control to give out there. Adding to that position for a break of lows now. Nice clean break of lows setup here. And peeling that off on the bid. So up 611 per account. That only leaves me another $1,200 to pass. These are 3 days to pass. So I think that we could do it in one more day. But that was your generally solid pitch and catch. Opening trade there to get your liquidity in. And then the pitch up towards 675, rejecting back below the point of control there for a nice pitch and catch there. That would be more of a microstructure that you're trading around. 653 is your leading overhead supply that you're trying to target. So continuing to follow this downtrend here, like I said earlier, the target would be 75 handles from where we were trading earlier, and that still is in effect if you are holding for a bigger trade here. The market is melting. More overhead supply showing up here. S&P showing us that weakness. Looking for a potential bounce here up to 650 if we can get it. If not, we're just going to follow this liquidity to the downside, targeting VWAP lows. So watching here on this pushback up towards 650. A bit of 640 acceptance here. Targeting that 650 push. Watching here. There's your 650 push. Looking for that sweep now on those lows. Very nice contraction there. Back down to 620 and taking that off. So again, another pitch and catch to the upside, targeting that 650 liquidity. Again, bringing us ever closer to passing these TPT accounts. You'll notice that we are continually trading the same exact pattern time and time again on this. Again, if you wanted the easier trade, if you're not a scalper, the easier, I use that in air quotes, easier trade is to just follow that liquidity when we're talking about, hey, there's 75 points probably being able to be picked up somewhere in that range. Doc with a hat pass their eval. Let's go, Julius. Let's go. Ribs, how can I tank you? You can get in an Abrams. I forget what the model number is. Get in an Abrams, load up a shell, and fire away. I believe Abrams is still the leading model of tanks out there. M1 Abrams, thank you. M1 Abrams would be probably the most appropriate way to tank me. Also, too, the other way to tank me, it depends. Like, if we're doing Naxxramas, I would probably want to see you with, like, a Pally build. That would be another way to tank me. But, you know, we'd have to be doing Naxxramas because that's kind of the best raid. Plus 800 and done. Let's go, Das Bishop. Let's go, baby. So market is still rolling towards that VWAP. How many people are still holding that short from up yonder? Might want to start reducing your size as we are coming close into that VWAP here. So market is rolling off after grabbing those previous highs that we talked about. Nice pitch and catch was right there for the best resolution if you wanted to wait for it. You had your primers sitting yonder. How many people are green on the day today? Drop a W in chat. I am curious how many people are green on their trades today. There it is. Significant interaction there with the VWAP. Really loving to see that. Just beautiful. We are really cutting it low here. VWAP is not currently holding. A challenge area back up there at 597. Not even interacting with that area of price just yet. Love seeing you folks green on this. You can see all of the overhead supply that's coming in towards that 597 level. It is threatening a break lower. It is tagging up towards 600 here, looking for these sweeps on the low side. 580 is the area of price that we're interacting with right now, comfortably below the VWAP. You can see there's a lot of overhead supply that is tucking in here. Watching to see if we have this nice little perk and resolution up towards 610. Currently holding this area of price towards 605. S&Ps are showing a little bit of weakness, but we're looking towards 610 here. Watching. 610 is pushing. We added on that push towards 610, looking for 590 retracement here. 610 still holding. Watching on this pullback, potentially below 600, targeting that sweep of that 590. You can see there's a lot of bidders there just below 600, so we're targeting that there it is, that 590 area of price. Terrible fills though. For some reason, terrible fills on that trade. Absolutely awful. All right, looking for 590s to hold now. Yeah, 586 is that key level of price, obviously targeting that first push off of that level. I should be using my hotkeys, but we're doing it raw, baby. We're doing it live and we're doing it raw. And we're doing it well. So 570 is currently being challenged for a drop lower. Resolution looking for 566 now. There's 560s. Looking for this to slice just below. Watching here on this bounce. A bit of a retracement back up to 590 here. Looking for a potential add if we can slice through that 560 area of price. Adding right here for 570 to resolve a little bit lower. Looking for that cut through that 570 area now. We have a little bit of seller relaxation here. We should have that slicing through 570 in a jiffy. Watching. Looking for 580 to slice through. There's your 580s. Watching for this to slice through that 580 area of price now. Looking for a rejection a little bit lower on a challenge of 600. S&Ps are spooling up a little bit here. Let's see if we have that rejection underneath 600 that we can target. We have room all the way up to 615, but that should be enough room to let us drop right back down and at least resolve into 585. Adding right here for the push back below 600. Watching to see if we have that clean resolution just below. Right now, 600s are holding. I don't know what the drawdown is on these, but we should be able to get this. 615. Holding. See if we can get this. No! No! We only have $2,000 worth of drawdown on these accounts. I added a little bit too early there. I still think that we resolve right here up towards 625. We slice it right back down through 600. We didn't have enough drawdown to hold that one. Let's see if we can get back below 600 here. Watching for the 600 area to slice. Next, push back up here. We do have a big clean reversal off of that 586 level. We were targeting a sweep below 586. We did get it, but I didn't close the trades on that. So watching here at 630. Yeah, these are TPT accounts. So watching here at 630 now. This is a challenged area of reversal up towards 630. I want to see if we can have any kind of liquidity explored just below 640 here. We are pushing up to the top of this range. Currently slicing just below it. Heading back towards 600 here. If we do slice towards 600, there are buyers there. We do have some stops that are waiting right there at 600. But we should be able to cut right through those. Watching 600. There's some bidders in acceptance at 600 right now. Do you want to see us potentially finding the auction lower here? Looking for a recheck of 600s. S&Ps are holding back above 7740. If we do have this reversal intact, we would be challenging 600 once more without a break. So just watching here. 620s are trying to hold. The point of control did just move to 620 and change. So seeing if we get this probe lower on this break of 600s. Watching here. So probing once more towards 600. I want to see that slicing through that 600 area of price. Right now, we're not seeing that connection lower. It is showing a little bit of weakness, but not enough for the breakthrough just yet. So watching here at 610, 605's kind of holding. Watching for the break of 600s here. Looking and seeing 610s are currently holding. I don't like that hesitation at 610. Seeing if we have this retracement just below. Currently holding that area of price. Let's see, the picture on NASDAQ is holding because NVIDIA is currently holding as well. 50 contracts just below, finding some bids just below us here. Looking again for this retest of 600s for a potential breakdown here. If 600s do break down, we should see this relaxing just below. Watching here. Just below 600 now. Do we have that contraction much lower here? Survey says 600s are holding currently. There's a big bidder at 600 right now. We just need to fire through that. Watching to see if we can have that big through 590 here. Some big bidders still stacking in. Do I have to give it up? I feel like 600s are still holding here, and I might have to just get out of this position, even though I want it to break lower. Yep, I'm out. I wanted it to break much lower, but we're just holding there at 600. We threaten a big retracement back up to 635 there. So back out of that trade, doing the PNC to the upside there. Puts us up near 20 grand on the day. Just targeting that PNC there from the upside push. The original trade idea that I wanted in the TPT accounts, but hey, it's better in real money, isn't it? So up 20 grand on the day here. Sometimes I get a little, I got to switch to micros in those TPT accounts. Dude, I literally got to switch to micros in those TPT accounts. But that was my only trade in the cash account since the open. I was focused on trading those props. That is my only trade in the cash account there. Again, just targeting that pitching. Oh my God, there's the flush. There's the damn flush that we wanted. Son of a gun. Look at that. Beautiful resolution there to the downside. Tell me you're still holding it, ladies and gentlemen. That was the one I was looking for. My God, seeing that violence is just everything. Again, this is, if you're not even trading it and you're just watching it, that's why it's just so good to like sit here and watch this price action, because if you get that resolution, even if you're not in it, it's amazing. It's amazing. Golly, that was the one I was really hankering for. Tell you what. Son of a gun. Oh, yeah. All right, trading back down to the lower zone of liquidity. We have big sellers on this tape. NVIDIA did just break below the VWAP here. We were seeing that targeted from up yonder. It is currently slicing through all of these orders right now. It is kind of looking potential for a continued sweep of these lows, pushing back up towards 500. We did have a big sweep there. So we push back down into that lower area of price. 1600 by live account. Let's go, J Trades. Let's go. Very nice to see that. A little bounce up towards 500 here. Gotta turn off my chat. Getting too many notifications. There we go. Yeah, bouncing towards 500. Currently rocking and rolling here to the downside. You can see there are still massive sellers here towards that 450 area of price. Seeing to if we get any kind of bounce, resolution would be targeted at 425 here for true resolution to the downside. S&Ps do have some bidders here at 77.25. Currently cutting lower here, 450. Big area of price to watch. So 50-point rejection up there towards 500. Let's see if this wants to continue projecting towards 500. Right now, 470s are getting clapped, watching for the sweep of the lows here at 450. Right now, cutting towards that 460 area of price, seeing if we can scalp around this 455 level. A lot of liquidity being extracted from this lower edge of the market. Okay, a lot of overhead supply coming in on this push towards 500 now. Nice pullback underneath 470 coming in. Very nice pullback there to that 455 level. Can we hold that area of price? Bookmap stuttering a little bit here. Watching for that acceptance below 455. Right now holding those 460 lows. Looking for that dunk below 455 now. And there it is, contracted, and bang, there we go. Up a nice cool 27.5 on the day. 27.5 keeps the bill collectors at bay, ladies and gentlemen. Nice slice lower back to the midpoint of liquidity, and we are dropping heavily here. Really nice to see this continuation short playing out. So as I said earlier, mental capital is cooked, but the market is giving us extreme opportunities here. Extreme opportunities, giving back the entire pump from the pre-market. You gotta love it. Vicent just admitted it was all an unsustainable... Stop it. Oh, that's funny. You knock it off. You knock it off over there. So if you missed any of the trades today, it's okay. It's just one day, ladies and gentlemen. It's just a trade. It's just a day. Don't start going on tilt and start revenge trading on trades that you missed. They didn't exist in the first place. It's okay, everybody. Talk to me. If you're green, drop a W in chat. If you're red on the day, drop an L in chat. Let's get a little temperature on the room here. Are you green on the day? Are you green on the day? Never once were we ever looking for longs in this tape. Shorts only, baby. Wait, shorts. That's an S, right? Yeah, shorts. Shorts. Drop a W in chat if you're catching the shorts. See, we're doing ASL here in chat. For all my people who are tuning in, we are respecting the ASL community. So look at where we are bouncing, ladies and gentlemen. Look exactly where we are bouncing here. There's no surprise. We're bouncing at the area where we marked on our charts. We marked on our charts in the S&Ps. We have a level at 24 halves where we're bouncing from. These levels go on your charts. They make a lot of sense. Let me ask you a question. If you could have a GPS enabled for your trades, would you do it or would you not do it? Would you have a GPS enabled for your trading or would you not do it? I think the answer is a resounding yes. You would want to have a GPS mapping out your trades, and that's why we draw these levels. That's why we have these zones placed on our chart. Immediate rejection from the top of the zone there. Itty-bitty ripsy reversal right now. Dude, you're not wrong, bro. Literally, you're not wrong. It's insane. It's fucking insane, brother. Legitimately, the ripsy reversal is too strong. It's too strong. It's unbelievable. Well, that's $27,500 I did not have earlier this morning, so I'm proud of my work that I did on the market today. It's one measure of success is you want to ask yourself, are you proud of the trades that you made today, even if you lost? If the answer is yes, you're doing well. If you are not proud of the trades, if you were not controlled, if you were out of pocket, assess what you did and see what you can do for improvement. Every day that goes by is room for self-improvement. Every day that you waste to not improve yourself, whether it's self-analysis in your trades or simple journaling, as I talk about in my psychology webinar, it's a wasted day. Don't be a day waster. Don't be a day waster. Win or lose, journal your trades. Win or lose, journal your psychology. Win or lose, get to backtesting your strategy. So I don't think that we ever went red on our cash account today. Well, you know, that's not true. We did go red when we were, not red on our day, but red in specific legs of trades. When we were scalping, we had a couple trades that were red like $1,800. On that pitch and catch, I think we went red maybe $720. But yeah, overall, really clean price action for my style of trading, especially when we're adding into positive trades. That's where I'm extracting max value from these things. You were seeing, I mean, there's the wiggle room depends on my size. Like you saw, like we shorted the lows of that extension originally. We were short in our TPT accounts. We didn't have enough room, so I did not give it enough wiggle room on this push up, I believe, or wherever that was. I think it was this push up. Yeah, this push up we didn't give it. This push up. This is the push up. Yeah, this right here we didn't give enough room, but then we switched to our cash account. Obviously, getting that perfect pitch and catch, and then nailing to the downside, adding into pulling off the trade for when we originally didn't break 600, adding back in, covering it, and then adding on that final pitch and catch to the downside. There we are in the midst of one right now. You are targeting this 460 area of price. I love seeing the market right now in a state of flux in between 30,000 and 29,000, because that means that it's going to key in volatility areas for us to trade. So again, the more you're mapping out these levels on your chart, the more likely it is that you're going to be successful in your trades. Now, obviously trading is extremely risky. I make no promises of your own success. All I can speak on is my own. And doing this for 12 years, I will tell you that trading with your charts marked up, even though it can be a little bit messy, is a lot better than flying blind. What were you looking at earlier in the day? Only for shorts. Very specific question, and I love it, TJ. It's very, very good. That's the kind of question that I want you guys asking. We point ourselves back to this prior zone of liquidity that we drew earlier in the week. Today is Wednesday. I believe we drew this zone of liquidity on Monday or even last week. The fact of the matter is this. In an auction, if we enter this area of price that we had prior acceptance of buyers in this area of price, we trade below it, meaning that buyers are still in control because they're accepting liquidity lower, and we trade and challenge back into that area of price, not even maintaining even to the midpoint of that liquidity. I guess you can't see that. There you go. Even into the midpoint of that liquidity, and we don't even challenge the prior high, thus making us a broader pitch and catch on the higher time frame. That is what clues you into the fact that we're going to go for shorts today. Once we challenge this area of price, it becomes a state of flux where will we re-challenge this area? And in fact, we did. Again, we have this red dotted line shown right there. We drew that because we want to see if we have acceptance below that area of price, which we temporarily did. There's no acceptance down there, but we drew down liquidity in that. Immediately, what does the market do? Which level does the market go for, ladies and gentlemen? Which level of price is the market going for here? You can see very clearly we're back into this zone of liquidity after doing this draw of liquidity. And once again, the market is saying we do not accept price in this area. We are not accepting value in this area. So the auction must find value lower. Again, the auction is probing for value. If we come to this area multiple times and we do not accept value, the market will likely seek value lower. Does that make sense? If it makes sense to you, drop a fat W in chat. Make it make sense to your brain. Have a simplistic approach to the market. There's no surprise that we traded back into the midpoint of value acceptance. That is what you're looking for. That is your clean setup. There's a reason why I made almost $30,000 today comparatively to yesterday. This week, I think we're now up 50 grand this week. I think over 50 grand, actually. We're up over 50 grand this week. The first 2 days of this week were not as big as today because it wasn't as clean of price action. But when you give me a setup like this, what happens? I get confidence. I have my GPS on the charts and I'm feeling strong in my trades. Therefore, I can follow the motion of the market. I can add into those trades with confidence, and I can not get my stops tagged because I have more wiggle room in my trades. My main confluences are the macro environment. That's a big part of my trading, macro environment. The other indices, namely the S&Ps, looking for confluence in the S&Ps, and then also looking at the Mag 7. So I'm watching the trades live on Apple, Tesla, Meta, Nvidia, Microsoft, Amazon, and Google. I'm watching those all morning long because I'm looking for how those are trading. And if we have divergence between the Mag 7 and what we're seeing in the NQ, then I'm going to use that as a confluence to say, hey, NVIDIA hasn't traded here yet. We're looking for NVIDIA to reject. We're looking for NVIDIA to hold. We're looking for Microsoft to hold. And again, if you are wondering what levels to use for those things, when I'm talking about Microsoft, Meta, Apple, Google, Tesla, NVIDIA, when I'm talking about these things, it's very easy for you yourself to do this. How? Go to propfirms.gg. It's the website at the top right of my screen right now. Go to Trading Tools and go to Daily Levels. These are posted for free every single day. Go to View All Articles and go to Read Article. This is today's levels for the SPY, Triple Qs, Apple, Microsoft, NVIDIA, Google, Meta, Tesla. This gives you all of the key levels that I'm watching for today. You can put these on your chart for free. So when I'm talking about challenge areas in NVIDIA, where I'm looking for rejections or bid holds in certain areas of price, I'm watching for that confluence to happen in real time. That's what gives me the confidence to take these trades with real money. That's what gives me the confidence to be able to take that confidence and turn that into $30,000. No, it's not AI generated. I write it every single morning. Every single morning. And it goes out to a bunch of different brokerage houses. E-Trade, Webull, Thinkorswim. It goes out to a bunch of different brokerages, Schwab. But yeah, we do this every single morning and it is for free. For free. Always for free. Yeah, exactly. That's how you know it's not AI. I've been doing this a long time. This memo was out before ChatGPT even existed, brother. Original Jeff says up 934 and locked out the TBT account from yesterday. Let's go, Jeff. Average trade was 3 micros. Let's go. Dude, I love to see that. Keep it under 5 micros. Let's go, baby. You're giving the MMs your song. Whatever, dude. Whatever. I like to give back to the community. I love trading. I'm obviously on the spectrum when it comes to trading. I famously tell this story about after every single trading day. You know, I had trading groups, trading pods that I was a part of. When I lived in Puerto Rico, I lived next to actual real market makers. I lived next to actual funds that were trading big size. So I would talk to the people who were the owners of those funds and whatnot. But the majority of my market talk would be on my wind downs, on my porch or on my deck, in my backyard, overlooking my pool in Puerto Rico. I'd be talking to my wife and I would be literally saying to her, you know, all these things about the market. I'd be like, oh my God, you don't believe it. Like Mnuchin was doing this today and talking all this shit. And she'd be like, wow, that's amazing, blah, 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 blah. And like really entertaining the conversation until probably about, 3 or 4 years into the conversation, she finally stops me mid-sentence. She says to me, she goes, honey, I love you, but I have absolutely no fucking clue what you're talking about. I have no clue what you're talking about. And so that was the end of the conversations about the market with my wife. So I get to hang out with you guys every single day. I get to talk with my internet friends about the market. And as you can see, I have a lot of passion when it comes to the market. Somebody's asking, what is the website? Top right corner of your screen, www.propfirms.gg. Go to Trading Tools, click Daily Levels, and then read all articles. Rips, putting the 1 minute next to my 5 minute chart. It was trader changing today. I love that, Breezy. Well done. Good for you. That is awesome. Yeah, having multiple time frames on one screen can be extremely helpful. I'll show you what that looks like right here. It probably won't do it very well, but you can change this to, it's gonna lock my times. Hold on 1 second. I forget where it's at in the layout settings. I think it's here. Yeah, here we go. Time. Okay, so whoops. Sure. Yeah, you can hit, well, that's, what are you doing? Time is not select. Oh, interval. Whoops. Time selected, crosshairs fine. Yeah, so you can go to the 1 minute over here, and then there you go. You got the 5 minute and the 1 minute, and yeah, that can be extremely helpful. This is on TradingView that you could do this, so check that out if you haven't yet. There you have it. There you have it. 5 minute bars there. Ribs, when do you add as it goes up and when do you add as it goes down? Depends on if we're crashing through key areas of price, if we are following momentum, and if I am having a trade where I am using enough size to push through an area of price, or there's a lot of different variants of where I'd be adding. If I'm adding, it's usually with momentum or it's with a certain ideology. Like if I add on the bulk of the beginning of my trade, let's say on a pitch and catch, I'm adding on the apex, and in this case, we're short. If I'm adding at the apex of a trade here, having a break here, if we're hesitating at a break, and I'm not saying I took this trade, but if we're hesitating at a break and I can add contracts into that area because I'm anticipating that break will be so strong that we'll be targeting this area of price, I'm okay with adding lower, even though it's going to fuck my average. But if I added 60%, or let's say I'm 100% of my position there, and then I trade that down to maybe 75% of my position, and I'm adding 25% here, the math works out that it's still going to be heavily weighted for my average here. So getting that extra trade in for that area of price is going to make a lot of sense to me. So it's order flow reading, it's trading with momentum, it's being a scalper, it's a lot of different things that allow me that confidence into be adding into a trade. It's very dangerous, it's very difficult. It's probably one of the harder ways to trade. The easiest trade on the day is, of course, taking the short from the break of that level after we tested below that area of price, taking the short, maybe having it above there, and then targeting, either this midpoint, or these lows. That's going to be your easier trade because you're not really, you're not contingent upon reading price action. I think the most fair setup, if you watch this stream enough, would be the pitch and catch. You're targeting this area of price, which is the trade that we took. Obviously, we didn't keep it on as long, but you could be targeting as low as this. That's a 5-to-1. You only need to get a 2-to-1, so you could be targeting that sweeping low right there. I mean, 1.6-to-1, or even that midpoint right there, maybe these highs. You want to be looking left for an area of price that we can interact with that makes a lot of sense to your brain, right? I think Moderna went back down, did it not? No, it's still going. Wow, Moderna is hot today. Cancer drugs. Does anybody have any questions about today's trading? Anything I can add to the lecture that will help you out in your own trading? What can I do to help you guys today? Is there anything I can do? I will be giving away some accounts in just about 10 minutes, and I'll start that sooner if we don't have any questions for the lecture today. How long were you unprofitable for? My first 2 years of trading, I was significantly unprofitable. I got to my break-even stage around year 3. Best book for auction market theory. My personal choice is Cyborg, and you've heard this probably 100 times by now. Mind Over Markets is number 1, and Markets and Profiles number 2. Show PNC for calls, please. We're not trading options here on the stream, so... yeah, split aces always. What made you quit on the 770 level? What are you talking about? This original scalp? We were in consolidation, and if we're not immediately breaking, the trade idea changes, and then we move into a range trade scalp. And if we have that breakout, we're adding right back in. The trade ideas should be dynamic and malleable if you're a scalper, right? If you get married to a trade idea and you're not willing to cut, then you're probably not a scalper. Is Ace-Jack the best poker hand? It is my initials. It's my favorite hand. It did me dirty in the GG Millions, busting me out. But I do love the hand. It's a great hand. What did you see on Bookmap that influenced that short? We talked about, if you rewind the stream, Robert, we talked significantly about not so much Bookmap, but reading the candlestick chart. We're usually just following the flows, and if we do perk up in Bookmap and I'm seeing a lot of overhead supply being added but not swept through, that's usually a key indication that I'm willing to go short, as long as we have other confluences, namely what we saw in the candlestick charts today. The play-by-play while in a trade is priceless. Thank you, Rips. Awesome. Happy it's helping. How long do you have to claim an account you won? 60 seconds? 60 seconds usually. If you won yesterday, it's already there. If you won a TPT account yesterday, you already have it. It's in your credits, in your TPT credits. How do you determine your zones? Is at the edge of VP first day here. Welcome, Fawn. Give it up for Fonzie. Can somebody give Fonzie a free house here? Shreddy says, for anyone interested in learning order flow, Fabio Valentini is one of the best traders, has about 1 to 2 hours of videos for free on World Class Edge, all about order flow. Nice. Right on. Can anyone tell me if the levels he's using are triple Qs levels or SPYs trying to find a converter to use them? Can anyone help? There is no conversion for the, and I know like you can try to calculate it, but there's no true conversion for triple Qs. The levels that you're looking for are the NQ and ELS levels, which you can find in my Instagram group for free. The levels I got from IG is different from those on your chart. It's the September contracts, right? Yes, and we talked about that early on the stream as well. I'll update the levels, I guess, this evening. The only level I believe that's missing is 685, if I'm not mistaken. But we given those levels out. Let me see. Yeah, 732 is there. 685.50. Go just add it to your chart. 685 spot 50. 685 spot 50. Add it to your chart right now, and we can never have this discussion ever again. Please, 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 God. Who is your main mentor? I've had a few mentors throughout the years. The best mentors I had were some that I found in Puerto Rico. Big people in the space. Put it this way. My neighbor in Puerto Rico was Peter Schiff. I used to watch football at his house. Heavy hitters living in Dorado Beach. Heavy hitters. Tips on reading the tape. Record the time in sales. Record your time in sales. Tips on reading the tape. Record your time in sales. Do not filter your time in sales. And I know it sounds crazy, but listen. It's the heartbeat of the market. Peanut Bruce says, I got my TPT credit yesterday. Thanks, man. You got it, baby. What's the proper risk I should run in micros for scalps? 1.5 to 1 or better. Did you watch any football or just hear about long and gold? I mean, a little bit of both, but a lot of gold talk. Caught that last PNC from 476 to 416. Nice. Love to see that. Do you recommend having a mentor or learning myself? Salah, nice to meet you. I am your mentor. My name is Rips. Thank you for being here. I run mentorship every single day starting at 8 o'clock Eastern time. And I do one-on-ones. Look at that. We're having a one-on-one discussion right now. Right now. Any questions you have to become a better trader, I'll try my best to help. Do I hold physical gold? I do. How do I learn the same levels on the charts as you do? If you want to go back to prior streams, we drew them on Monday, last Friday, last Thursday. If you watched the beginning of the streams, we drew them. Based on interaction with liquidity. We are making new lows on the NASDAQ. We are seeing a bit of divergence in the S&Ps given Apple's strength today. Again, this is why I watch for confluences in the Mag 7. We're seeing a completely different picture. This is the ES right here. This is the NASDAQ. This is the ES. You can see that even though we are seeing a downside push here, we are seeing a much more contained price given that NVIDIA is in the S&Ps, but it's more heavily weighted in the NASDAQ, and Apple also is holding the line right now. We are seeing a bounce in Google, Microsoft, and Meta currently. How do I register my attendance for today? You absolutely have. One sentence, what's the best advice for trading? Slow down. That's my most true thing that I can ever teach you is slow down. Who won the Instagram giveaway? I'm going to be announcing the winners for that today. Do you keep any percentage of your portfolio in Bitcoin? I used to have a lot of crypto. I do not have a lot of crypto anymore. You trade only once a day. We traded 4 separate trades today. This was the trades that we took today in our AMP cash account to make $27,510. We talked about each trade as it was unfolding. This was the best trading of the day, in my opinion, was scalping around that range. I was really proud of myself. And then these 2 trades off once we ended up hitting the max loss in our TPT accounts, our evaluation accounts. So I flipped back into my cash account because I knew that the market was still good to trade. We shorted that, covered at 600s, and then re-shorted again to take out these lows at the bottom there. So yeah, overall, a really nice, profitable day. So yeah, we did not trade only just once today. We traded multiple times. First time hopping on stream. Great time. God bless. See you tomorrow. Thank you, Ethan. We'll see you tomorrow. Somebody get these people a house. You got to get these people a house so they come back. Because you know if any trading competitions going on soon? Yes, there's going to be one for the RIPS Nation coming very, very soon. Rips, are you ever going to adjust the monthly pricing for the Discord? It's always going to be $4,200. $4,200 a day. Rips, what is a house? It is a dwelling where people generally leave. Or live. Leave. All right, let's do a giveaway, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do a giveaway. Let's do a giveaway. Is the trading platform a different one? I don't know what that means. I'm not so sure. Speaking of trading competitions, have you ever considered doing the Trading World Cup? No. I do a trading competition every single day with myself, and the objective is make as much money as you possibly can. It was funny. I had a post. Let me show you on my Twitter account here. I had a post yesterday that went pretty viral on my Twitter. And I had some funny notifications where, what did this person say? This. I made over $320 per second today going over yesterday's trades. This person says, this is comical, man. Come on. I challenge you, Rips. I'll run circles around your ass. Okay. Go ahead. Post your daily P&L and run those circles. Lap my ass. Wait, hold on. What's the over under? This person is an ICT trade. Oh, they got Deadpool as the avatar. Ah, geez. Yep. Let's see how many times they've replied to ICT. Let's see. Mostly every reply, probably ICT. Yeah. There it is. ICT. I feel bad for these guys because their replies always go unanswered. But yeah, Deadpool, the avatar. Yeah, standard. I have no shade towards ICT traders, but when you come correct, or if you come with this shit, you better come correct. Like, I'm gonna challenge you. Go ahead, man. Post that broker statement. Post your P&L. Paper doesn't count. Sorry, you lose. How do you feel about ICT? Oh, goodness. Don't get me started. I'm having a good day. Look at that. Bouncing at the bottom of this range following the liquidity pattern of the ES. We talked about this before this happened. Watching the strength in the ES right here. We did not sweep the lows like we did on NASDAQ. We are pushing higher in names like Apple. This reversal is being keyed in by NVIDIA right now, and the fact that we traded towards the lows of this liquidity. When we end up in consolidation like this, when we're so close to the lows, it's just a lot easier for you to take a long out of this area of price. So if you're still new to trading, taking a long out of this area, putting your stops below the zone, and maybe targeting this prior area of zone, this point of control, maybe you want to do that high or whatever, but I would say either this, or this, right? That's 2.5 to 1. You don't even need to go that high, but maybe these lows, that's basically 2 to 1. Low here would be 1.67 to 1, 6.7. But there you go. Anyway, yeah, so that's our day today, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do some giveaways. If anybody wants to, this guy never gets replies to him, so if anybody wants to give him a nice reply and encourage him to keep going, by all means, feel free. I feel bad because I don't reply to these people, but he responds to a bunch of people, never gets replies. So channel points gamble, did we pay that out? What is it, overs or unders? 947. I think it's gonna be the unders. 947 was 597. It's going to be the unders. The unders. There you go. Don't stoop down to the cult level. I never do, brother. I have fun with it. I'm an influencer. I do brand building. I will leave you with this, that for anybody who does trade ICT and is wondering, should I be following this Rips guy? Should I be, I don't know. He makes me feel a little bit uncomfortable with his order flow, reading, and wizardry. Well, I would direct your attention right to this post down here where he said, I respect anyone who does it. It isn't easy levels, least of which daily. You should have far more viewers who showed regulated broker statements. That won my respect. So if you are an ICT trader, he did show mad love for your boy Ripsy Hustle over here. So I'll leave you with that. Let's go ahead and do a free giveaway for some free accounts here. He didn't try to send me about the viewers. He said I should have more viewers. We got 2,300 people watching. I think we're nice and cozy here. He's just suggesting that I should have more viewers. Traded ICT for years and also watched Livestream for years. People got to chill and focus on their own shit. Amen, brother. Do what works for you. I am not the type of person who wants to tell you how to trade. I will only focus on what works for me and try to help you in your own journey. That is my goal. That's the point of this stream. I want to be as helpful as possible to your trading so that you yourself may turn the corner in your trading or improve the corner that you've already turned in your trading. All right, everybody. For this, we're going to do another TPT giveaway, I'm going to give away 3 free TPT accounts. I just need you to click this link, 3 free TPT accounts. Just click that link. I know how much you guys are taking advantage of the TPT flash sale right now. It is still 50% off. It is 3 days to pass, and this deal is running all the way through Friday. So if you haven't tapped in with TPT right now, I would highly suggest you at least consider it, because TPT rarely ever does discounts unless they're doing some type of wild feature change, which they did. They moved the eval test from 5 days now to 3 days, which is a reduction of 40% of your time, which is fantastic. All right, everybody, go to that link that I dropped in chat. I use Tradeovate when I'm trading on TPT. All right, this is going to be an easy one, folks. I'm going to hide the chat so y'all don't cheat. Okay, here we go. On that page in the orange bar where it has that beautiful name all the way to the right-hand side, it says by using code RIPS. It says get 50% off and no activation blank. Type in that 3-letter word now in chat. I'm giving away 3 free TPT accounts. All you have to do is type in that 3-letter word one single time in chat, and that'll get you entered. That's it, and that's all, baby. We make it so easy to win on this channel. Anybody who hasn't won yet, stick around. Your time will come. I promise you this. Absolutely promise you this. I'm so excited that I'm all done with trading for the day. I get to enjoy the rest of my day. I get to go to the gym with my wife. And then for the rest of the day, I have a few meetings scattered throughout. Yesterday, we had a meeting with the World Series of Poker. And I'm happy to report it did go very well. So I don't want to reveal too many details yet, but I will just say that the conversation went very well with the World Series of Poker yesterday, and I'm very excited. I will say that. Very excited indeed. So yeah, today, my day will consist of going to the gym with my wife, working out maybe some shoulders and back, I believe. Wednesday, shoulders and back. Friday, legs. Yeah, shoulders and back today, and then having a couple meetings with some of my partners. And then I'm free for the rest of the day. And that is the life that trading has afforded me. Again, my results are not typical. My results are not typical. In fact, my results are the least typical for day traders. 95% of day traders are losing money. I was one of those statistics early on in my trading career, but by God, I stuck with it. Now, not every trade, not every month, not every week, nor every year has been rainbows or butterflies since I found my lane in trading, but I will tell you this, friends. It's one of those things that if you have enough grit, you do have the potential of turning the corner in trading. So stick with it. If you do believe in yourself, if you are seeing some promise on some days, stick with it, as it can be one of the greatest things. And again, I will stress, my results are anything but typical. Anything but typical. Okay, let's do it. Let's draw a winner here for the giveaway. Here we go for a free TPT account. Let's see it. Get some hype music in here. Oh yeah. It's going to be Securities Trader or GTNQ. Who's it going to be? I think it's GTNQ winning our first free TPT account. Let's go, baby. Yes, indeed. GTNQ, what is your name on Instagram or Twitter? Quickly, please. The longer you take, the less giveaways I get through. You don't have to type in the word fee unless you don't see your name here. GTNQ, GTNQ, GTNQ. GT is not a username. Oh boy. How come it's always the winners that are not prepared? I don't understand it. Please help me, GTNQ. What is your name on Instagram or Twitter? Please. 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 I only have 3 more minutes. There it is. There it is. There it is. There it is. GT trading twit. He's shaking. Oh, God. I hope this is it. Fuck. No. Fuck. Guys, there might only be one giveaway today. There might only be one giveaway today, guys. I'm trying, please. Okay, let me try that on Instagram. Fuck. Oh, no, please. No, God, I want to give away so many accounts today. Please help me. How do you not know your username? Please. Oh, God. All right, I got about 60 seconds left to do 2 more giveaways. I got to get this guy's username. Please help me. Ask him for his username, please. Help me, please. How do we get this guy to type in his username in chat, please? We might have to push the giveaways to tomorrow's champions. Please, GT and Q, please, can you just type in your username? Please, for the love of God. Please type it in. Oh my God, let's see if this is it. We're trying again. We found him! Oh my God, we found him! Oh my God! We got him. All right, next winner is... Let's hope if you do win, have your username ready to type in chat, please. Have it ready to go. Just type it in one single time, please. Congratulations, GT. Username of what? Your ex username or your Instagram username so I can contact you and give you your free account. Tim 2110. Tim 2110. I believe you're on Instagram. What's the name, please? Quickly now, quickly. Timbo Slizzy. I want a better song. Give me something insane, please. There it is. Okay. Tim is quick. It looks like we're going to make it through all 3 giveaways today, ladies and gentlemen, champions and soldiers. Oh my God. Have we done it? Congratulations, Tim. Congrats, Tim. Okay, final winner is going to... Don't forget, we're going to be doing more giveaways tomorrow. If you missed the giveaways today, we're doing more tomorrow. Whether you like it or not, I'm going to give away more tomorrow. Jevany, it's you, baby. What's your username on Instagram or on Twitter, please? Please, please. I really gotta go, dude. I'm so out of time. Please, Giovanni. Giovanni. There we go, Giovanni. Okay, on X, let me make sure I got you right here, right now. Come on, baby, come on. Bang, we got him. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I do appreciate you so much tuning in on today's stream. We've had a blast. We made money today. We made a total profit of $27,510. I'll be doing a real-time trade recap on my Instagram, on my TikTok, on my YouTube. I appreciate y'all tuning in today. I hope to see you on tomorrow's stream, 8 o'clock in the morning, Eastern Time, 5 a.m. Pacific, 7 a.m. Central. I'll see you then. Thank you so much for being here. Love y'all. Bye. See ya.